Our world is slowly coming back to normalcy, and this normalcy is bringing back the whole joy of celebrating together as a family. This Ganesh Chaturthi today, I'm going to show you a very special recipe, a very unique recipe of a kunafa. Yes, a kunafa, but with a twist. Hey guys, it's me, the Bombay Chef Varun Inamdar, and welcome to Rajshri Food. Let's begin. Kunafa. Yes, you heard it right. You'd be wondering why kunafa, because I'm of a very firm belief that you should present what you eat to the Lord. We bring Bappa home for a very few days. He is literally like a guest in our homes. I feel we should present to him whatever we eat regularly. So let it be a brownie or a cake or a kunafa for that matter. That's why kunafa. We generally make modak, we make puran poi, we make shrikhand. We also have tried several twists in the past. But today I thought we'll do something completely out of the box. Let's take the sev, which is pre-roasted. You also get this in its raw form. Looks wise, it's completely different. The raw sev is white in color. This one, of course, is brown in color. So you take this because that in a lot of ways reduces the baking time or the cooking time. We're going to crush a little at a time because it can get extremely messy. The entire kitchen top could have this sev otherwise. This sev is very typically used even in a Parsi household. They make a dessert called sagan. Sagan is basically like a halwa made using this sev, sugar and water. I promise I'll show that also at some point in time. It's an extremely simple halwa. So this is very easily available across grocery stores. You also get this very easily across these little street shops that sell dates and dried mangoes. You also have this sev in various forms, sometimes white in color, sometimes flavored. This very typically is like a whole wheat vermicelli, and it's very good for your health as well. To this, I'm going to add clarified butter, which is unsalted. It's extremely important to use unsalted butter in this case because salted butter gives you a very different aftertaste, which is not very welcome, especially in this recipe. I'm going to mix this well. The texture, the consistency of this sev at this point in time needs to be like wet sand, literally. That way you can clump it together, you can give it any shape, and I'll show you why I'm talking about this. While mixing the ghee, it's also important to crush the sev like so, because you want the ghee to literally coat every strand of that little sev. And when I say sev, this has got nothing to do with the sev that we generally use while making chaats. Once this mixture becomes like wet sand, here comes the twist. We've generally seen kunafas like cakes, either getting baked or cooked straight on the flame. But today, I'm going to use a cupcake mold. Let's take literally like a teaspoon of this and put it in each mold. Now, with the help of your index finger, I'm going to create like a little indent and try to raise this to the walls of the mold. Literally like a little basket or a nest. This is done and ready. Let's move to the next step, and that is creating the stuffing. So basically this recipe has three different components. The first one, of course, is the vermicelli mixture. The second one is the stuffing, and the third component is the sugar syrup. First component is done and ready. Let's move to the second one, which is the stuffing. The stuffing of a kunafa is generally a combination of a cheese, which is stretchy. To make this at home, I'm going to make it absolutely easy for you. I'm going to use a combination of cottage cheese. You can also use ricotta. Along with this, I'm going to use mozzarella cheese, the same cheese that we use for pizza, because we want the stuffing to be moist, creamy, and slightly stretchy. So a combination of cottage cheese and mozzarella cheese. Let's grate cottage cheese. Along with this, mozzarella cheese. With this, our stuffing mixture is ready. I told you, it's extremely simple. Let's mix these two together. Like imagine a combination of fresh cheese and processed cheese. Let's take marble-sized balls like so and place this right in the center. Stuffing is done and ready. Let's move back to the cover of this. We need the vermicelli again. I'm going to place this on top of the stuffing mixture. The whole idea is to shape it literally like a little mountain. Let's continue doing this. While shaping and covering the stuffing, it's also important to cover it completely. There should be no leak of white, at least visibly. Once this is done and ready, this goes into bake 160 degrees Celsius for 40 minutes. Let's do that. While the kunafa is getting baked, let's move on to the third component, and that is quickly making the syrup. For this, the first thing is water, and along with this, sugar. Well, generally this syrup is flavored with rose water or rose syrup along with orange blossom. Now, orange blossom is very easily available otherwise, but in this part of the world, you can use either lemon zest or orange zest or something like that. But in this case today, I'm keeping it absolutely normal and neutral. So this, in a lot of ways, is a classic sugar syrup. Simple. With this, of course, the flame. And the kunafa is also ready. With this, a kunafa is now right in front of you, baked and ready. Let's pour in the syrup, a tablespoon at a time on each. And finally, a little burst of color and flavor. Powdered pistachios. And along with this, dried and crushed rose petals. Time to scoop it out. Let's also throw in some rose petals. And with this, ladies and gentlemen, kunafa with a twist, Kunafa Modak is done and ready. Till now, we've made chocolate modak, the quintessential classic with coconut and jaggery. We've done pan, we've done Kuih modak. This Ganpati, let's make Kunafa Modak. Ganpati Bappa Moria.